That's not for us, Occident or Oriental or East or West, North or South. We see we're all human beings, and we want happiness. It's not only hungry, it's only not in India. You also get hungry. You also, when you get cold, you wear your clothes. It's not only for Indians, it's everywhere. So all of the things are normal. Then you need of inner spiritual strength, inner peace, which generally you don't have a technique in the West to find this inner peace and this thing. We have, the purpose of the lungs, but you don't know how to stop smoking. There's no discipline. You know the purpose of the liver, but still you get drunk. That destroys the liver. And so the yoga is not for East or West. Anyone who is looking for peace, but the technique is there. It doesn't mean all Indians are practicing yoga. Okay. Perhaps you are practicing more yoga than many Indians. So because you got material things, you got plenty, you got all the beautiful homes, the refrigerators, the cars. Then you know where to look for what. And then you look for the inner peace. Otherwise, you take alcohol, drugs, and go to psychiatrists and talk about father and mother. That's not so we are drawn wherever there is a demand. Just like you don't just go to a famine relief to New York City to relieve the famine. You go to famine relief in Ethiopia or to Africa where the people are suffering. So we are drawn into the area where people are looking something and they don't know how to escape. Actually, one of our students was saying, yes, that's true, because I don't know what to do, so things are going wrong, I have to take drugs or I take alcohol, and I don't know what to do. Now, the yoga gives some kind of answer for that, you see. So that's the thing that we are drawn automatically. Just like wherever there's a hunger, you are drawn, people are will bring food. So otherwise, with hunger for peace, we are drawn. That's the way it is.
You maybe know better than I do that there is an interest in the. I'm still talking about Occidental people in yoga, but there are also people that how do you say que han engañado a la gente. There is people that has been fooling another people with con unos maestros que no son maestros. With people who say they are masters, but they are not.
That is true. You are perfectly right. There's no master. Master is what we mean. Master means from our yogi point of view. Master over my own lust, anger, greed, hatred, jealousy, envy, fear. That's my enemy within. And I have to fight that, and when I win over those enemies, then I call master. For me, I'm not master over anybody, you see. So the true master never say I'm master of anybody. He said I'm master of my own lower emotions, my lust, anger, etc. You see. But people who are not true yogis and spiritual people, they exploit people's gullibility, emotion, you see. And they cut turbans and this thing and the Rahu, and I am the great Baba, I am a great Rishi to give awakening the Kundalini, etc. They pick off whether various types of show business they do. That's only for making money, it's not for spirituality. Spirituality is within you, you are not different from me. The same soul shines in you and me equally, you see. So a master sees equality, oneness in all. Just Jesus said, I and my Father are one. I am in you, you are in me, I am he. That's called true yoga, Vedanta. That's Vedanta philosophy. I and my Father are one. We call it Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. But that I is not the body, I is the self or the Atman, which is shining equally in all of us, you see. So a master is the person who shows this oneness, not mastery over anybody else. So many gullible people are following this wrong type of teachers, thinking that they are going to give salvations, and they put on various show business, like movie stars, Hollywood movie stars, put on various types of costumes, yogi costumes, orange robe and beards and turbans, etc. And they are not actually helping the humanity, nor religion, nor yoga. They are destroying the yoga, just like Rajneesh. That's what happened. Rajneesh, he destroyed the yoga's name, that name.
Who?
Rajneesh.
Yes.
Like he used to give orange robe. That's what I say. He gives orange robe to everybody. Rajneesh. So he destroyed the name of yoga and religion. Everyone thinks whenever it's orange robe, okay, he's a Rajneesh. And he is only advocating in his Rajneeshpuram in Oregon, where he was. And all the girls were naked and men all having orange robe but carrying machine guns. And that's, people think, oh, all yogis are just have only for money, they can use machine guns, And so he destroyed the name of our tradition. We cannot even use a knife to defend us. A yogi should not defend. As a Swami, I can't defend myself. I can only go. Just like Jesus did, he did not defend himself in the cross. He could have defended if he wanted. He had the power to burn the cross and burn all the people, but he did not use that power. So as a yogi, they renunciate. We think, I am the Atman. We can't defend ourselves. Only we can see the God and go before. Our own Gurudev, Master Shivananda, one of his disciples, he came to kill him with an axe. Yet next day he went and prostrated before him and garlanded him and worshipped him, thinking God came in the form of an assassin. So that's our idea. So this type of grateful message Swami Shivananda, people don't understand. That's the only one. But only like people believe in Rajneesh and the Maharshi, TM, etc. They're all just only creating various types of illusion in the people's mind. They got some special power to give you. And so people run for an easy way, just like you go for window shopping, where we can get cheap thing,
Si vas, por ejemplo, de compras en los escaparates, vas a ver los escaparates para
So you go to the window and look, oh, yes, where you can get a bargain. So you think you can get a bargain without going with discipline and meditation, without doing asana, pranayama, or the discipline not necessary. Someone will give you some kind of pills. So you are going from one teacher to another, and so there are teachers waiting because you are looking for certain things which you don't want to do yourself. So they are going to sell you whatever they want, so they can make money and make a living.
But do you, as a person that goes everywhere, need money to live?
I know.
How can you get it?
She is working for our organization. She is from VIIGO, Spain, and she and her brother they are not paid. And they got a center just like that, they run. And so also many other people. She is now from Montague, she is the director there, her husband. And we don't have any money, but what we do is, whatever we get it, just for eating and just traveling. And we help to run the organization, where the phone bill, the eating, etc. That's why no one is paid for us, and we don't have any bank balance. And if there is no money coming, and then we have to close everything. So we travel without any accumulated money or bank balance. We just travel. They just ate there before we came. They just made little rice and little dal. That's all they ate, and then they came back in our house. And then we go to another place and we do the same thing, and then we talk the same thing. We don't go for sightseeing. I came here from the airport, came here, and suddenly I just go to the next airport and climb the plane and go to the next place and then talk an interview or a lecture, again go back. I don't, sometimes I stay in the hotel, I only see my hotel room, I never even go downstairs. Okay? So there is no for us, no lecture is not, it's meaningless to us. Yeah, once you find that inner peace, you don't look for outside lecture or outside happiness. It's an inner state, that's all. So we don't have the money or anything, we are not living for the money, not one penny in my bank, in my name I don't have to put any money in the bank. So I am not allowed to do that. Though I can do it, I can send money to Swiss bank, etc. No one will know. But I am not allowed to do that. If I do that, then I am not living up to this purpose of this crop which my Guru has given, So we just live, whatever money comes, we utilize for good humanity. Because for coming to South America, no one gave any money. We had to put our own money to come here. We bought our own tickets, we had to have tickets for her and then for her she has to go before and arrange all the things, So we put our own money wherever we can find the money. For some people give donations, they put it. So we just brought with our own money. I'm not just making print, but I'm just for your information. Just for the 2 tickets and for it will $6,000 just for tickets alone for 3 of us. And plus all other expenses, and you got in Buenos Aires we had to pay for the halls and this and that, and that's for the printing and publicity, all these things there. It costs quite a lot. But we are not making one penny. We did not make anything for that. And now we are going. We spend our money. But we are happy because there was in Buenos Aires we had a big place, about 500 people came. We are happy. People are looking forward.
You stay in Buenos Aires already?
Yeah. And we finished that program, and so also in Montevideo we had people are crowding everywhere. You see, there's no place. All fact, people are standing on the corners. So when we see that people are looking for something, like a hungry people, the Ethiopian people are hungry, and you don't go to sell food to them, they are hungry. You go them to serve them and to help them, you see, famine relief as you are doing it. So we are doing kind of famine relief, but mental famine relief. So whether money or not, we carry on, and somehow God gives us enough money to support and carry on our activities.
Why do you say, I read in the book, that the yoga is science?
Because it is science to attain the God. Because you've got various sciences for various purposes. The political science, there is science, the chemistry, physiology, etc. Various sciences exist. But this science is metaphysical, to find out the God which is within you. It's called science. So all religion is a science. For us, a religion is not a religion, it is a science to reach God. So there's the physics and metaphysics. Metaphysics, religion talks about metaphysics, and ordinary things talk about the physics. So that's all one and the same. So when you learn that science, how to control your mind, and that's called religion, through prayer, devotion, or through yoga, whatever the method you use to control your mind is called science from our point of view. So science and religion are one and the same for us. We can't distinguish from one from another.
You also say that it's not, ¿cómo se dice? Contrapuesto, que es la religión con el yoga. You can.
There is no contrary with the religion.
Claro.
It is not contrary with any religion.
No, because only if it's contrary, then we don't understand religion.
Yeah.
If you understand religion, it's not contrary. Simple example is there's one God which everyone believes. Christians believe in one God, Jewish people believe in one God, Muslims believe in one God, Hindus believe in one Brahman, and so everyone believes in one God. If there's only one God, then how can you say the Hindus say my God is superior than your God? And how can you then suppose the Christian God exists and the Hindu God exists and the Muslim God exists, then God also will fight. Yet they say only one God. Then a Muslim won't go and pray in a church, and Christian won't go and pray in a synagogue or a mosque, or Hindus don't pray in a mosque or vice versa. That means we are not believing in one God. The truth is there one God. Then they say, oh, my God, if I am Christian, I say, oh, my God is different from your God. Because your God is Hindu, Christian, Krishna. And those Hare Krishna people say, okay, Krishna is the only God. Don't believe anyone else. That's not, they're not speaking about God. They're speaking about their emotion. Well, just like my home, my wife, my children, my religion, my language. So they are attached to a kind of sect. So that's not religion, you see. But the truth is, just like Jesus said, I and my Father are one. I am in you, you are in me. That's God and me are one. That's the truth in all religions. Even Moses, when he saw the burning bush and asked the question, who are you? The answer is, I am that I am. So the I, the consciousness, that's called identify with the consciousness is called religion. Religion of the heart, and see that God in all, not only Christians, not only Muslims, So when you see that aspect of religion, then there's no conflict. That's called yoga. But when you say my religion, I am a Christian, I am a Catholic, then you fight with Protestants and vice versa. Protestant in Ireland, I was in Peace Mission Peter Sellers in Ireland, and the Protestant went and destroyed the cross from a Catholic church, and the Catholic went and destroyed a Protestant cross. The cross is the same, they're all worshipping Jesus, yet they fight each other. How come Jesus did not say that? That's not Jesus' teaching. Jesus said, someone gives a slap on your right, show the left. Someone takes your coat, give the shirt. And which Christian is practicing that? And then they created lots of greatest wars created by the Christians. Rome sent crusaders go 1, 2, 3, 4 to Jerusalem, and Christian soldiers march. So they were fighting all over Jerusalem, from so many fighting to be Christian and Muslim, the Muslim and Christian. And Christians destroy the mosque, Muslims destroy the temple and put a mosque over it. The Muslims destroy the temple and put a mosque over it. And so that's called religion. That's not religion. That's our emotions, So the true religion is oneness. And yoga is not trying to say one religion is superior than any other. If you have a method to reach that Godhead, you accept it. Any method, But anything is trying to bind you with emotions, with fanaticism, That's not yoga. You see. So yoga and Buddhism are one and the same. And all religions teach the same truth.
Yoga means peace, maybe.
No, yoga means union between individual and the Supreme, or God.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about the word yoga, but for me, yoga showed me peace. Do you think that the way that we need in the Occident is to be yoga to have peace, or we could get the peace in the way we are?
No. What is peace? From your point of view, what is peace?
Peace is to be is to be in accord. How do you say that? I act in the way of my principles.
Sometimes you don't understand. You can. Sometimes you don't able to express properly. Sí. You can say in Spanish and shift.
Okay. Bueno, que paz para mí es estar de acuerdo con mis principios en el sentido de querer a los demás, de entregarte a los demás.
Go with my old principles, to love everyone, to help everyone.
Y un poco salir de lo propio hacia los otros, ¿no?
And just try to get out of one and go outside towards the other people, towards helping everyone.
But that's not peace. That's helping the humanity.
Yeah, but that gives me peace.
That's a different story. That gives the peace. But the peace is not because you help the people or you don't help the people. The peace comes because you are able to feel oneness with all. And that oneness is oneself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. The peace comes because you are able to remove selfishness and sacrifice your happiness for others' sake. And so you get peace. That's right. But what we are talking about, to find the peace, whether help or not, or so forth, happiness or the peace is not outside. It is a state of mind. This comes to service when you serve God or to human beings, you get peace. So that when you go to a temple or a church or synagogue, if you pray, you also get peace. Mm-hmm. So also when you take care of your family, your children, your husband, your wife, you serve them properly, it is true love, not expecting anything in return, because you love them, and you get a peace. You are married. Mm-hmm. You got children? 4. And when you serve them, do you get peace?
What?
When you serve them, do you get peace?
Yes.
When you serve your husband, you get peace. Mm-hmm. So when you serve not only human beings or anything, it is that peace comes from within. Many ways we can. That's why when you go to church, in synagogue, you get it. And yoga teaches the same thing in a practical way in your daily life. First of all, we need, as I mentioned, the physical peace. Suppose you want to serve your family, but if you are unhealthy, have lying with fever and headache in your bed, and they have to serve you, and you are unhappy. Oh my God, my children are serving me. I have to serve them, but I am not able to do it. You are unhappy about it. So there is no peace there. You see? Though they are serving you, they are very near you because you want to serve them, not you expect them to serve you. So there is no peace. So physical health is essential. So yoga gives that aspect. Start with the body, bring the body under control with the proper exercise, especially. This exercise not like physical exercises, it is for the spine and the nervous system, to smoothen the nervous system, like acupuncture doctors use needles and pins to release the energy. So yogic exercise releases the energy which is blocked, and so you get inner peace through the physical body, and then through pranayama, breathing, you increase your vitality and your youthfulness and free from disease and sickness. And then through meditation you get peace, and you start seeing people everywhere as your own self. That's the purpose. I am my father or I am in you. So the yoga gives a technique to reach this state in a very practical way. That's all the difference. And that technique is necessary not only for Orientals, for Occidentals, or for North or South or East or West. We are all looking for that, you see. But people don't come to this type of peace because they are still, many of the people are looking for only material happiness. They don't think the happiness is within. So they don't want to discipline. So then by making money or buying beautiful houses and cars, etc., they can find peace. But the very car you brought, and you paid fully, and the beautiful Kerala you are driving home happily is my car, and suddenly you got an accident, and the very car became your tomb. and you got a beautiful house, financial house, and you paid everything, and then you call party to everybody. Please come on, have the party. This is my house, and so everyone is enjoying the caviar and the champagne and parties going on. Suddenly there was a big fire and explosion, and the very house became your tomb, your burning ground. So people don't see. Look at Mr. and Mrs. Marcos. They lived in the palace in Philippines, and she had 3,000 pairs of shoes. But 3,000 pairs of shoes can bring happiness. Then you can be happy all the time. Only you have to buy shoes. Or if a diamond ring can bring happiness, then only diamond ring will bring. You don't have to worry about anything. By looking at the diamond, you will have peace all the time. You see. Or husband and wife can bring happiness. You look at your husband and wife. How long will you be able to look at them? How long you can look at your husband? I want to forget him. You want to run away from him for something. Sometimes you want to forget him, you see. Sometimes you want to forget your children. Oh, I don't want to see anybody. Come on, leave me alone. What do you mean, leave me alone? Because you want to go and touch your peace. That's why leave me alone. Because I'm unable to take all the stress and strain created by the family, wife, children, money, bank balance, and the terrorism, etc. So let me go within and get my peace. So yoga says, yes, you must have all these external things, it's your karma, wife, children, home, but also you must find the peace from within. The peace not outside, is within. And until and unless you find the inner peace, any amount of external peace will not make you happy. So that's the whole about yoga. So yoga finds inner peace first, and then finds outer peace. Then when you serve, everything will become very peaceful.
Yeah, but I think to get that inner peace, you call, you always, for the first time maybe, you need a Swami or somebody who, un maestro, no?
Teacher.
Claro, somebody who teach you. In the way that we live, it's difficult to come to classes and all that. How can we do it?
Yes, I understand your question. To learn anything, you need a teacher. You learn photography, someone taught you photography? You start writing, you also learn it, you went to a teacher. You learn cooking. You learn cooking from where? Your parents or someone taught you, know? And you teach your cooking to your children, you know? Narayani? They learn everything. So teachers everywhere. So in ordinary things we need teachers. By immediately taking a book, suppose I want to take a driving lesson, I'm a pilot, I fly, and I took some books of the pilot, about how to fly, and read all about theory about the flying and also forth, and then got into the plane and started trying to fly. I won't go too. So you need a teacher there too, you see. And sometimes the teacher also tells example. I always give this example. My first pilot teacher, he is not a yogi, you know. He is a smoker and so forth. But I had to go and learn from a pilot teacher to learn. So first day I went for learning, and then he said there are rules and regulations are there, but you have to check up all the outside. They say the airlines are okay, and for gasoline. You have to really look into that. See, and put the stick and see if the oil is there. This is the rule. It's not you have to trust like a car. When you don't have gas, you can stop somewhere. You see, there you can't do that. So you have to do. So he taught all the rules and how to before you get inside the cockpit. Just check up, and so each place, each thing, look at all the airlines, and then all the things are okay, and the stall warning system is working. And then I just about to get into the plane, so he was going to take me up to reach out to, and he said, you have to look into any bird's nest in the engine, bird's nest, bird's nest.
Un nido de algún pájaro, si hay algún nido pájaro adentro del motor.
I said, it's not possible because it's a rented plane, it's a club plane. This plane just another student took up and went around and learned flying from another teacher, and they just landed. No, I am using with this teacher to fly the same plane, and the engine is very hot, and that time any bird can go and make any nest inside. Intellectually speaking, no bird can make a nest while flying, nor a hot engine. They cannot go inside; they'll be fried by the hot engine. So I said that can't be any. But he said did you look into the engine? No, you are only imagining, yes, but you have to look and then tell me whether you found there any bird's nest. So I just had, because he's a teacher, I can't help it, no. So I went and looked in the engine, and I told him, there is no bird's nest. All right, no, you can get it. And then he took me and puffed. Okay, next day, same thing. Second day came back, and I asked you to check up everything. So, okay, again he asked, did you check for the bird's nest? I said, no, you better go and check up. I said, he's just fooling me, what is the purpose? But anyhow, to cut the story, it became a habit for me. So whenever I come, first thing I just go and say, look at I tell him, there's no bird's nest, I was telling clearly. So then I got my pilot, I got my own plane. And one day I was flying from Montreal to New York. Just the habit, old habit. I just checked the plane as usual, and I looked to there was a bird's nest. That took about 3 years afterwards it happened. That's called a yoga teacher also, you see. Because he was not trying to fool me or anything. He's trying to instill the habit. Because I am going to be a pilot, I am going to take other passengers also, and their life is also in my hand. So he's a smoker, he's not a yogi, but still he's a true teacher. He's interested in the welfare. If he's going to teach me, he's going to teach me everything. He's not going to leave me even one small mistake there. And because of, I always remember in my car, what a good teacher he is, you know. Without that, he did not instill that habit in me. Because I was an international yoga teacher, he knew that. I'm not an ordinary man. And he knew that I got thousands of disciples all over the world. But he didn't care about that. He treated me just like any other student. If you are going to learn from me, you just be my student and learn everything. And I will teach you everything. And he was very clearly, that's called a teacher too. See, if an ordinary teacher like that cares about his student, because safety and other problems, because they knew some other accident took place because the students were not very careful, they did not check it, and the accident took place. Actually, several plane was crashed before. So he's trying to instill that habit. That's what a yoga teacher also is trying to do. You know the technique, you can read a book, but without a teacher, it's very difficult to find out your own pitfalls, you see. So that's one of the, if you don't have a teacher, at that time, the next best thing is, just so we are starting yoga center, we train Narayani and Jyoti, they're all yoga teachers. So I train over 4,000 teachers now all over the world.
How much?
4,000.
4,000
And
year?
still every year.
No, till now, yeah.
And now every year we are teaching about 300, 400, 500 people we teach, you know. The first time we are going to South American yoga teacher training course, so I can bring more teachers in South America. In Uruguay we are going to have in November. Last time we had the first time a European Spain, European teachers training course. And so otherwise most of the training course is only in America and Canada. But now I am spreading in Israel, we have teachers training course in Australia. So we are moving this course everywhere so we can bring more teachers so they can help you. That's another way. And still if you don't have a teacher or a center like that, like Narayana and Jyoti, then my book, complete listed book of and with another book I have written. Only the companion. This book, anyone can practice yoga at home by just looking at it. It's clearly illustrated. This came in German, Italian, many other methods. Just show them that. All my 5 points are described in that. Every step by step with the pictures. Everything is explained step by step. Open up and look at it. This all the step by step. Everything is with illustrations with all the 5 points: how to meditate, how to exercise, how to begin exercise, how to start at home, even exercise for the children, and your pregnant woman. There is exercise. How to do exercise asana for pregnancy. Here is one of our students is doing the full pregnancy, doing one of the most difficult asana. See, the full pregnancy is doing one of the most difficult exercise. When she was so we exercise for every age, old people, young people, and even old age. You know, old age can how to exercise for the. See, the old people at a very advanced age how to do, and even like modify exercise for any. So this book we can give everything. A person can practice at home and find the peace. All 5 points are there, and then this also coming in a video form. Just now in New York, big producers producing the video, and it will come by June, July. It will come in all languages, so you can have a record in your home and a teacher at your home anytime you want, and will teach you that also. That's another way. And then, if you don't have any of these things, you can come for a 2 weeks vacation to our ashrams. We have ashrams in Canada and other places, summer vacations. And that's the place we train the people so they can go and practice at home without anyone. So that you should take an ordinary vacation, take a yoga vacation. So we do everything, every day we can do it.
¿Le puedes preguntar cuál es su propio sistema de vida? Tú lo conoces, pero...
Which one is your daily life?
By the way, this book also comes in Spanish. In a couple of months it will be available in Spanish also. What is that?
What do you do in your daily life? Which one is your discipline?
My discipline is all 5 points which I teach. Because I don't preach, I teach. Because a teacher and the preacher are different. Preacher is only preaches. A teacher who practices and others follow. So I practice my exercise, pranayama, breathing, meditation, philosophy, service, humanity, karma yoga. I do all the things in my daily life. I get up around from 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, depending on when I go to sleep. I only sleep 5 hours. Once I sleep 5 hours, I get full rest, and then I do my routine and start it.
We are going to give in Uruguay, maybe you want to talk about it.
Montevideo. Maybe, Kanti, what we teach is that in this 4 weeks course, we give about 6 years lesson in a condensed form, and that will be the book for the textbook, complete book of this one. Those pictures are all mine, those are all my pictures when I was 28, 30. And so,
that's you?
Yeah, that's me.
I wondered it was you. Fantastic, Lolo.
I was 30 at that time. Now I'm twice 60.
60 already?
Next year. So anyhow, so the technique what we look, that be textbook, and within the 4 weeks we get intense training. What we get in 6 years, of course, we are condensed, and so the people come out and they're ready to go and help themselves and help others. And so the first time we are arranging in South America this course, because we lots of interest in all over. When you embrace it, and San Paulo, etc. People were crowding, looking for it. I never expected so much enthusiasm and people with these type of things. I know South American people, they may be too much hot countries, they may be sleeping here, I thought, but people are so much interested in this subject. So, and that's what we are trying to fill this. And other things about where you are going to, you can tell the beautiful place I saw that last time. Just explain the place so that.
Es un campamento que tiene ubicado en Centro, en un lugar en Centro, con un montón de eucaliptos y vinos allí, y está a pocos metros del mar. Es un lugar especial para retiro, en el cual están las cabañas, y un lugar muy natural. Así que los alrededores son, digamos, ideales para la práctica de yoga. Tienen ruido, movimiento de gente, se va a apartar.
It's going to be in October, no?
The date, October.
Del 4 de octubre al 1 de noviembre. Son 4 semanas.
And also people who want to even for vacation also, there's a place also people want to come for, because they don't want to teach a training course, they can come for vacation also. And also you don't have to you take this course, you don't have to become an adept in anything. A beginner can take the yoga teacher training course, and that doesn't mean you have to go and teach. It's for your own improvement. This training will help the great. So people don't have to, though we give certificate to everybody, those who take the training course, still they don't have to teach to take the course. It really helps them to understand yoga in a true sense. And plus people don't have the time for 4 weeks, they can for 2 weeks vacation. That's also an opportunity they have. They can't come to Canada for yoga vacation.
Pero aquí en Montevideo también pueden ir a la
Sí, también el lugar está ubicado para eso, para las personas que tengan importancia.
That's called service. That's called Karma Yoga, you see. She was sitting there and then Leonard brought a blanket and put it over her, you see. So that's called yoga. Yogi. See, yogis think of others, you know. She was just sitting and saw her. She went inside and brought a blanket and put it over her, you see.
Nada, ustedes que son yoga tienen frío, yo no tengo nada de frío. Do you get sick sometimes?
I was in the Himalayan cave a few months ago. I was 15,000 feet up, where the Ganges comes out from the glacier. I had a cave there. I went for 6 months holiday and enjoying life very common. Then I had frostbite because I didn't have much to eat and it was very cold. There's no heat or anything, it's very cold. And so I had frostbite. And then military somehow came to go to them because I couldn't walk. So they carried me down from high mountains down. And then when I came to down, they gave me a jeep to bring to the hospital. And next minute, jeep went on with another jeep. And my head and knee, so frostbite and knee injury, head injury. I was in the hospital in the clinic. And that's what we saw.
See.
And that type of accidents only, that's only ever I suffered, that type of sickness.
That's all?
That's all, otherwise I never had. And also another accident I had in Spain about 10 years ago. And in that accident, I was practically dead. They resuscitated me in the hospital. And at that time, my kidneys and little pancreas are damaged. So I got diabetic because of that pancreas. But that's only, and even that I'm able to control, not with insulin. I just exercise and that I'm able to control that also. Even that. Otherwise, not
Qué estupendo. No sé si con eso que yo tengo ya más o menos puedo hacer algo. Sí, I invite you. You are traveling to make mind questions?
I'm traveling because just like people have family in Ethiopia, and so you send aids from here, not AID, but this different aid, food aid. You send food aid because they are starving and hungry. But you don't send food aid to the people who are staying in New York penthouse. You don't send food from here, from South America. Same way. So you go only where the people who need a certain kind of aid, so you go. So here we come, when the people are hungry, they look certain things, you know. They're tired of looking outside. As yesterday, one lady was talking about, you know, because the beautiful home and everything, and then when they get painful conditions, and also they have to get drunk, or they take drugs, or tranquilizers, you see, and they don't know what to do. So now she comes back to yoga. Okay, yoga gives that inner peace. So when man goes into the wrong direction and knows that someplace they can find happiness, so they come. So we teach yoga. If they come to so we are going anywhere. It may east, west, north, south, makes no difference. When the people want happiness or peace, we show them where it is. If they are not hungry, we can't give them. We can't give to everybody. You see, no one will buy it. We can only give a food for a starving man or a hungry man. But if we give a man with full stomach more food, he will only get stomachache. The people come to us who are hungry, spiritually hungry, are looking for inner peace. So there are many people all over the world, North America, South America, East. Even in India, many people don't want yoga. You see? They want material things, even in India.
No quieren yoga, quieren solamente cosas materiales.
It's not India all people are practicing yoga, you know. Many people don't care at all. In fact, they criticize yoga in India. You see? Here you practice more. You have more yogins here than you can find in India, you see. Because you got all material things here. You got cars and beautiful homes, etc. But they only live in thatcher cottages. They're looking how to get a bicycle. That's all they were looking, you know. Whether they had to work for 20 years to buy a bicycle, you see. So in that case, you see, so they don't want any inner peace. They want just get me a bicycle, get me a nice roof on my head, and get me a radio or a tape recorder. That's all they are looking for. And once you have all these things, radio, tape recorder, nice house, and nice husband and home money, then what? Get drunk, that's all you know. So that's the time you come to yoga, you see.
Yeah.
How can we, in a Occidental, not Western way of life, how can we find inner peace and
Have material things or the world also.
yeah, how can I keep working
And then find peace also.
Run from one place to the other
Yeah.
with the stress
Mhm.
and the quick life.
Stress is, everyone has got stress. Even I got stress. But I know how to relax. Stress is, without stress, we will not grow. Take example, the muscles. Muscles develop how? How the muscle develops?
¿Cómo se desarrolla el músculo?
You don't know how the muscle develops? It is fight against the gravity.
Está echando.
If it doesn't fight against the gravity, you just leave muscle loose and lie down for several days, the muscle will die without motion. You know that? You don't know.
No.
Yeah. Don't exercise the muscles and put muscles without exercise for several days and atrophy will take place, muscle atrophy, and muscle will die. You see? So why the muscle becomes stronger? You have to exercise. Exercise means working against the gravity, because gravity pulls the thing down. No, I won't come down. I am going up. So God, if I am sitting down, my gravity is pull me down. No, I'm not. I am going to sit up here. So my muscles get stronger by going against the stress. And but I can only take certain amount, and then I diffuse it through the other thing, because generally ordinary man does not know how to diffuse it, the stress. Example is I am running this organization. We got centers all over the world, including mushrooms, etc. And then people are also working like Gauri and Gandhi Devi, etc. All without any pay. People are working without any pay. And they have to control their mind and so forth. And they also family. She's got family, she's got 3 children and husband, etc. But they're also working very hard. I also work because I'm the president of the international organization. This morning I called camp and they called me here, and tomorrow I had to call India. Constantly I'm on stress is like any other business, but I don't feel it because certain time I keep it for me. I don't care about what happens to the world. Just like you go to sleep certain time, even though your husband, wife, and children are there, you don't care about them. You want to go to sleep, forget it. I don't care who they are. Let them all, I want to just sleep. Same thing, we must have certain time to go within. And this is what generally you don't do it, you see. You get up in the morning and suddenly you just wake up with a cup of black coffee and swallow a couple of aspirin pills and wake-up pills, and then walk into the bathroom and then just get into the driver's seat and then smoke cigarette and then drive slowly to rush hour to the office, and then there get more coffee and come back again, more pack of cigarette, and evening come and get drunk and then watch some football game, the hit like that football game, and their blood pressure goes up, and then with that blood pressure you go to sleep. Again morning you just drink coffee and then more cigarette and then more drive and come back. This if you are going on to, who will find peace in that? You will be in peace, you see. So yoga says regulate everything, Just like you got time for eating, you got recreation, you go for your social functions. So you must have certain time every day for yourself. At that time you just meditate, you do your asana for your physical body breathing. That's what yoga is. It's not trying to get away from everything. I also had to work. Say I was morning, I got up around 4 o'clock, do my exercise, my meditation, and by that time they came 9 o'clock, I said, Swamiji, I have to come for here for a press interview for 9 o'clock. I was ready. See, but I prepared myself. Before I came out, I was 4 hours just me alone. I didn't care about anything. But now as soon as I finished my press interview, then I went and again I lie down and relax and got my energy. I said, another interview is coming. She said, all right. I have half an hour in between, so I did not waste my time. I just went and I just got my inner strength and came back. And suppose I had to work another 8 hours non-stop, I do that. Then I breathe myself without even anyone's knowledge. In between, I just take a deep breath and concentrate. No one will know what I am doing, you see. Or I observe silence. If I don't have to talk, unless it's very important, I talk only 1 or 2 words. Rest of the time I keep quiet. People don't understand that. I'm just observing silence. They think I'm just keeping quiet, and so I can concentrate my breath properly. I inhale, exhale properly, regulate my prana. So we got a technique to do that, you see. Just like a driving has got a technique. Same thing in yoga, also driving this body, and you must have this technique, you see. Otherwise you're like a drunken driver, you're driving this body day and night. You enjoy it, watch the football game, and then what are you going to get out of the football game you're watching? Except excitement, and then you go die and sleep, and then again you get up in the morning. So that's what so yoga gives the discipline necessary to regulate your life. At that time you are like a captain with a compass and rudder and oar. He knows how to navigate the boat through the rough waters. Without that, you are navigating like a drunken driver. Boat is going, driven hither and thither by the waves, and again smashed against the coral reefs.
Master? Sí. ¿Qué maestro?
Es un maestro.
Master Suami.
He was a doctor.
He was a medical doctor.
What difference did he make in the yoga he practiced with yoga in India? For same kind of yoga.
Yeah, he's a traditional master. He is a. We are come under Swami Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya is our founder of the Swami order, you see. And we come under, Gurudev comes under the same order of the Adi Shankaracharya, the traditional Swami. Though he was a medical doctor, that was before. Then he renounced that, he renounced the medical profession because he did not able to help the people. So he renounced, and then went to a teacher, got initiated and became a Swami, you see. And then he meditated, and when he got the realization that happiness is only within, and the pain is coming because we are unable to control our body and mind properly. So he started teaching the same ancient tradition, you see. Nothing else.
But somebody told me that the traditional teaching is different from one master to other.
No. Then they are not teaching.
One Swami is just the same.
See, you can cook the food, and you can cook the food with fire. Fire is necessary for cooking the food. But how do you cook the food and what type of vessel you are using, that can be different. You can have a big stove or a small stove. You can have wooden stove, like in India, you can put wood to cook, or you can have coal to cook, or cow dung. In India, they use cow dung to cook, or you can use a microwave oven or electric stove. So, and the stove will be different, but the method of cooking will never change. You can cook little faster, you can cook little slower, but the method of cooking is the same. Unless it is cooked, it won't be tasty. That's the purpose of the cooking. And so it doesn't matter whether cook in the India or East or the West, North or South, we all cook in different styles and different ways we cook. But when you eat, it's properly cooked with the proper ingredients are there, it's very tasty. So it will appease your hunger. Same thing. The traditional yoga is that I and my Father are one, as Jesus said. That's all religion teaches, that I and the God are one. But non-traditional teachers, they will try to say, oh, my method is better than your method. It's like a Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola, Coca-Cola says, I am better than Pepsi-Cola, and they fight among themselves, But what's the purpose of drinking Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola or any cola? What's the purpose of drinking? To quench your thirst. And Coca-Cola won't quench your thirst because Coca-Cola contains water. So the Pepsi-Cola won't quench your thirst. The Pepsi-Cola also contains water. So the 7 won't quench your thirst unless the water is there. So what is quenching your thirst is water. Not the Pepsi-Cola, not the name, not the ingredient, not the colors, not the Coke, not the sugar won't quench your thirst. Only the water. And what is the ingredient? All drinking. That's all. Whatever the name, brand they gave. So various masters will be named, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, 7-Up, come to me. I'll give 7-Up, come to me. Mecca will be Pepsi-Cola. I will drink, this is better. Coke is real. And Pepsi said, no. So Pepsi for younger generation. They will attract these various type of gimmicks they use it. That's because selfishness. But the traditional masters like Shivananda, Ramavishnu Paramahamsa, Vivekananda, etc., they never change the truth. They will try to make you understand That oneness is the universal consciousness which is within you and me. We have to realize that, you see. And they just give a particular method, easy for you to understand if they are true masters. Some others is only my method is the only method, then that's not true, you see. All yoga will bring you to the goal. They say to reach the mountain path, for my mountain top, various paths are there. Some paths from the north, some from the south, from the east, some from the west. But the goal is on the top. When you reach, you don't see the difference. When you come, whichever the way you came from, you can come from north, south, east, west. The top, when you reach, no difference. You see the whole valley very clearly, whichever the day you came. So some teachers will say this method, that method, but all methods are traditional if they are teaching the true yoga. Unless they are talking about Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola to make a living, then they say it's all different. You see.
You mean that the truth is only one?
One. Truth cannot be many.
But how can I know what truth is?
So they explain again in the yoga terms. You take a mud pot, or glass, and that mud pot. Namah Shivaya. Take example again the mud pot again in my hand. Just give it to glass. Okay, take this glass. So think this is made up of clay or mud. Now, what's the truth about this clay pot? And what is the non-truth in this pot? You have to be a philosopher to understand that. You understand that? You must have learned it.
I'm sorry.
Truth. This I'm having a clay pot or mud pot.
Yes.
And what's the truth in this mud pot and what's not true? Non-truth and truth. You must have done your teacher training course. No. Okay. No, not water. I'm just in a pot. Empty pot. Okay. The pot is made up of clay, is it not? And now you don't call it clay. What do you call it? Glass or pot. Okay. And the pot has got a form. And it's got a name. And before the pot came, what was it? Before?
Earth.
Clay. And now you call it pot with a form and a name. What do you call it now?
Glass.
You didn't call it clay, you call it pot.
Right.
And when the pot breaks, then what do you call it? Clay. So what's the truth? Truth remains always the same. It was clay before. It is still clay, though you call it pot. It has got a name and form. Still you call it clay, and eventually it will become clay. So also, the truth remains always the same. Truth will never change. Name and form will change, but not the truth. Another example is gold ornaments, and she is having a earring, and she has got a necklace, and she has got a bangle, etc., and nose ring, and all made up of gold. The name you call it, you don't call it gold. Oh, that's earring. This is a bangle. This is a necklace. This is a chain. So we give various names, but when you melt all these things, the names and forms will go. It will become gold alone. Another example is iron implements. One is called knife, another is called a spade, another you call it a sword, another you call it something else. But all made up of iron. So iron remains the same in all periods. So the name and form will change. Same way, this universe, God alone exists. That's called clay, like clay. And when that God takes the form of the universe, you call it this universe, galaxies, you, me, etc. That's called like the pot, name and form. And then the universe won't last forever, and again it withdraws and becomes clay again, or God again, you see. So that's called truth. So truth remains always the same in all three periods of time.
Is this your first time in Chile?
Chile, yeah. These two, in South America, I did not visit Argentina and here. I visited Montevideo, Brazil, etc., but not these two. It's the first time I'm coming to Brazil or Chile. One thing is common about Chile, here in Canada, the same time. Exactly the same time. There's no time difference, you see. I called this morning Canada, and exactly the same time, Both ends of the world, but the time exactly the same, no difference. When we meditate, they meditate. When we eat, they eat. Though there is spring, and here it is a fall. And yesterday they had snow there, even unusual.
How do you like TV? Open the door.
Yeah,
We
see,
haven't seen anything.
I know, even I don't like to see, no. I don't go to see anymore because I see enough of this world. I had 25 times I went around the world, I have seen every nook and corner, I don't know. But once you have seen one city, you have seen all cities.
But how do you feel?
That feeling is depending upon what my mind is. I come here, I flew from West Berlin to East Berlin. The most difficult condition I flew. And people ask, what did you find? The same type of people there. And I went with flowers and love to East Berlin. And though they treated me very well, East Berlin police, and they gave me a sandwich, and they asked, why are you here? I gave flowers, I only for peace, not for anything. And so then, all right, we were very happy, and after 3 hours of interrogation, they found really your peace. They sent me back gave me a sandwich and gave me a free token to go to West Berlin. Suppose if I gone with a gun in my hand, that would be different, you see. What is the difference? East Berlin, West Berlin? It's in your mind. You put a bar, before there was only one Germany, then you put a wall there and say, oh, it is East and West. So now you put a kind of barrier, oh, this is called Chile, that's called Argentina, and that's called Brazil, and that's called Uruguay. But it's planet Earth. There is no difference. The same air is going everywhere. Have you seen a sun for Chile, separate sun from Uruguayan sun, or from Canadian sun, or Indian sun? The same sun is going to India and here. Same air, same water, same God, same earth. So I don't see any difference at all from one country to another country. I love everything. I love everybody. Whether east, west, north, south, the names and forms are false. I don't see the name and form. You see? I don't call you a Chilean, I don't call you an Uruguayan, I don't call you Indian or Canadian. You see? I call him that we are all human beings. We are brothers and sisters. And see the reality behind that name and form, the Atman, the self shines equally, you see. So that's why I don't have any fear at all anywhere to go. I went to, instead of Tel Aviv to Cairo, I flew over the Suez Canal. And they said, they are going to shoot me down. You can shoot me down. I'm ready to die if you want. I'm coming with flowers. So, and I threw a marigold. An Israeli pilot came to shoot me down, just only 3 feet away from my wing plane, from my wing. And he said, if you don't go, I will shoot you back. I said, okay, shoot me down. Many people died in the name of war. I myself and my student, we both will die in the name of peace. If you shoot. With that, I took a marigold and threw at him and start meditating. What else he can do? He couldn't shoot me. So for me, it doesn't make any difference where I go, what I do. I see the same thing. And nowadays, I don't even go for sightseeing anywhere. I just reach because many places I stay in hotel, you see. And there's no other, because I had to make phone calls constantly and so forth, so I prefer to stay in a hotel. And what I see is just I check in the four walls I see, my phone, and then I put my picture, my altar there, wherever I put my altar immediately there. First thing I established my altar, and I lighted incense to get my vibration. Yesterday I stayed in her house, what's her name? La. As soon as I came here, she's acting my secretary. She knows that what to do. First thing she has to do is get my altar ready in my room and lit an incense, and I put my tape recorder with my special music, etc., the spiritual music, and I'm ready, settled. And I go to next room, next house, that's all. Whether you go to a house or a hotel, I see that's all. When I come out, I straight away come to the lobby and go straight into the airport and get on the plane. I don't go anywhere to sightsee. Because there's nothing to see, because once you saw inside that piece, see, it's just like seeing a dream. After once you saw a dream, you don't see again. Or even example, one you have seen a beautiful movie, the best movie you like, and how many times you will see that movie? Maybe twice, maybe thrice, and afterwards, will you see that movie again and again? No.
Star Wars.
Star Wars, the same movie you will see again? No. No one can see movie.
5 times.
5 times maybe. Afterwards, then what happens? You may be able to see 5 times. You get tired of that, you can't take that. Same thing, for me, this universe I have seen enough. I know what it is. And I don't have to see anymore.
Yeah. But, you said that here in Chile it's,
being born.
And you,
See what?
As in there's being born
and you spiritual?
Awakening.
Yeah.
Spiritual thing is born, or awakening, spiritual
Here,
thing taking
here
place.
in Chile, do you think that is true?
¿Tú te refieres a la cuestión de Delphi y todo eso?
En general, no lo de Delphi, pero es que hay mucho movimiento
Como está trasladando la cosa de los Himalayas, los Andes.
Sí.
There's a theory that in this era of the Aquarium, all the spiritual force that was in the Himalayas would be coming to the Andes, and it's supposed to be in this part of the world, and so that our spiritual life should be awakened and be.
But first of all, you must understand, who are you all? Where were you in the last life? You think this is the first life you came here to Chile?
No.
Yeah? You are here, not only last time you may not be here in Chile, you may be in India. Many of these people, like Narayana, they are all born in India in the past life. You see, they got past samskara. So they did not come blank as Chilean. They may call no Chilean, and now they call me Canadian. I was in India now for 30 years, I live in Canada. They call me a Canadian, and even if I go to India, they call me the Canadian Swami. They will call me, and they will call me an Indian Swami. A Canadian Swami is come there. All newspapers flying, they call me Flying Swami because all newspapers call me Flying Swami since the Time magazine gave the title Flying Swami. Since everyone, so newspaper never knows my name in India and many parts of the world. They only know as Flying Swami. Oh, Flying Swami. That's all the headline comes up. Wherever I go, Flying Swami has come. And they never call me an Indian. So what is the difference? So in this incarnation, previous incarnation, many of the highly advanced souls from Atlanteans and Lemurians time are reincarnating. And many of them are reincarnating in South America, even North America, etc. And many of the people from America, they are reincarnated in India. People from America, now they are reincarnated in India. And that's why they got American samskara, they want only material things. But many Americans and people in South America yesterday, they were in Buenos Aires, the people, 500 people, this crowd. In fact, we didn't have much publicity at all. Because we didn't have much time to give any publicity, etc. But still, people know somehow, and the crowd was just waiting on queue to hear. So these souls are not new. They come from the past life, from India, from other areas, and they're reincarnated here. You see, at right atmosphere.
You mean that we are? I mean, we are all spirits.
Yes, all of them. Otherwise, you won't
More
get.
than American?
Yes, no. The souls are reincarnated in different parts of the world now. Okay? And those evolved souls are very old. They are divided equally in different parts of the world.